Is there really safety in numbers? That's the subject of today's Idea of the Day. We all know the phrase, there's safety in numbers. Sometimes that's not the case. In fact, sometimes numbers of people is the worst thing that can happen. Case in point, if you're going to choose between walking into an abandoned alleyway alone or with a friend, take the friend. If you're going down that same alleyway and you could bring 3 friends, take 3 friends. You don't know where you're going, so be it. But why is it that as soon as the number of people going down that alleyway grows to a larger number, let's say you got 10, is that better or worse? Unfortunately, it's worse. Because as you start reaching numbers of higher than a few, there's this weird thing that happens to humans. They get really bad. It's like there's a collective mind that gets distorted as soon as more than a few people get together. Again, 1s and 2s, 3s, fine. You put 10 people together and they'll do dumb things. In fact, you put hundreds of people together and they'll do really dumb things. You could see, for example, I remember 1986, the New York Mets won the World Series. And there's a tradition in New York to throw a ticker tape parade. I went in there, and I went to the ticker tape parade, and at one point, there were just crowds of people shaking up cars, just shaking the cars, flipping them over. There was a couple of cars flipped over, and one of them was even a police car. Happened again, I remember, in Chicago when they won the World Series. There was people rioting in the streets. I mean, that's what they're doing when they're happy. Why is it that when a crowd gets together, a mob forms, crowd becomes mob, and all sorts of bad things happen? When a crowd gets together with anger in their minds, like let's say a political rally or after some sort of social injustice, the worst place you could be is in that crowd, because it's no longer a crowd, it's a mob. And again, it doesn't matter whether they are there for a pleasant reason like a parade, but for some reason, if it's not organized the right way, like you can get 50,000 people together in a stadium and they'll be relatively well behaved. But if you say, hey, we're going to have 50,000 people all kind of gathering in this field or in this city streets to do something, it gets really bad. Don't know why, and I wish I had a reason, but there's definitely not safety in numbers all the time. And that's today's Idea of the Day. All right, so that's today's Idea of the Day. I hope you liked it. If you visit ideaoftheday.com, you'll see a new one every day. Every day. Yeah, some of them don't suck. And don't forget to subscribe. And you can see them here every day. Brand new one. And some of my videos don't suck either.